Did you know the very first thing you do, or don't do, when you wake up might be the real reason your legs feel heavier, your energy drops by lunchtime, or why things aren't quite the same in the bedroom? It's not just your age catching up with you. It's a simple mistake almost every man over 60 is making without even realizing it. Hi, I'm Dr. James. I'm a 63-year-old physician, and for over 30 years, I've been helping men navigate the ups and downs of aging, without shame, and without complicated medical lectures. I've sat across from thousands of guys who've whispered to me, "Doc, I feel slower, weaker, just not myself anymore." And you know what? 9 times out of 10, it wasn't because they were old. It was because of how they were starting their day. Most older men either skip breakfast entirely, or grab something quick and empty like toast and coffee. That little routine might feel harmless, but inside your body, it sets off a chain reaction that tightens blood vessels, starves your nerves, and leaves your muscles running on fumes. By the time you stand up from the kitchen table, your circulation is already sluggish, especially to your legs, lower back, and yes, even down there. I had a patient named Earl, 70 years old, who complained his thighs felt stiff every morning. He figured it was arthritis. But all we did was change what he reached for in those first 30 minutes after getting out of bed. A couple of eggs instead of plain toast. Within 2 weeks, he told me, "Dr. James, I actually bounced out of bed today. I can't remember the last time I did that." That's the power of fixing this one hidden mistake. Because when you give your body the right fuel at the right time, it doesn't just help your legs. It can ripple all the way to your confidence, your intimacy, and how you carry yourself through the rest of the day. And the best part? It's simpler than you think. In just a minute, I'll show you exactly how. A lot of men over 60 hear that and immediately think, "Yeah right, doc, maybe for younger guys. I've got too many miles on me." I can't tell you how many times I've sat across from men who've convinced themselves they're simply too old to bounce back. But let me be crystal clear, your body hasn't stopped trying. It just needs the right support. See, your muscles, nerves, and blood vessels aren't done. Even in your 60s, 70s, 80s, they're still wired to repair themselves. The problem is, they can't rebuild with nothing. Imagine trying to patch a roof without shingles, or fix a car engine with no oil. That's what skipping real nourishment in the morning does to you. Your body wakes up ready to heal, to circulate fresh blood, to restore tissues. If you hand it sugar and caffeine, or worse, nothing at all, it goes into stress mode, tightens up, conserves energy, cuts corners. That's why by 10 a.m., you feel drained, your legs feel heavy, or your groin feels numb. I remember working with Henry, 68, who came to me swearing he was just worn out from life. He had aches in his hips, trouble climbing stairs, and quietly admitted things in the bedroom hadn't worked in years. But after we made a simple switch to his mornings, adding protein, healthy minerals, steady carbs, his body practically jumped at the chance to rebuild. Within 3 weeks, he was walking straighter. A month later, he laughed and told me, "Doc, I'm not saying I'm 30 again, but my wife just booked us a weekend away." I think that says it all. That's the thing. Your body is still on your side. It wants to push nutrients into tired muscles, open up tiny blood vessels, and spark nerves that may have been quiet for too long. It just needs you to give it a fighting chance. And that's exactly what we're going to do next, step by step, with simple foods that send the message to every cell in your body, we're not done yet. Let me show you how. When you feed your body the right way first thing in the morning, you're not just filling your stomach. You're sending a powerful signal to your blood vessels, nerves, and muscles that it's time to wake up and get moving. And that first hour after you roll out of bed? It's the sweet spot. It's when your body is most open to absorbing nutrients that repair and energize. Think about it. Overnight, your body's been fasting. Your blood sugar is low, your muscles are looking for fuel, and your nervous system is eager to reset. This is exactly when your circulation is primed to deliver fresh blood to every corner, your legs, your back, even those more sensitive areas most guys worry about. Miss this window, and you're basically telling your body to run on empty. Sure, it'll keep going, but it'll start cutting corners, tightening arteries, slowing nerve signals, making you feel stiff or foggy. I once had a patient, Frank, who was 74 and always skipped breakfast. Said he just wasn't hungry in the mornings. But he also complained his calves cramped, his hands felt numb, and intimacy had pretty much faded out of his life. We tried one simple thing, getting a small, real meal into him within 30 minutes of waking. A couple eggs or a bowl of oats. That was it. Within days, he noticed his legs didn't feel so heavy. By the second week, he was up and down his porch steps without gripping the rail. It's not magic. It's biology. Your body's built to restore itself during this golden hour. Give it protein, minerals, the right carbs, and it knows exactly what to do: pump blood, fire nerves, strengthen tissue. Wait until later, and that window starts to close. That's why when we start diving into these simple foods, I'll keep stressing one thing: don't wait. Make this first hour count. It can be the difference between dragging through your day or moving with real, sturdy energy. And I'm about to show you just how easy it is. Let's get into the first food that starts this whole engine running. One of the best ways to take full advantage of that first hour is surprisingly simple: whole eggs. I know, it probably doesn't sound groundbreaking. But for men over 60, eggs are like a custom-built toolkit for rebuilding the exact muscles and nerves that keep you balanced, steady on your feet, and yes, able to perform in the bedroom. Whole eggs, yolk included, are packed with vitamin D, B12, choline, and leucine. Those nutrients aren't just good for your brain or heart, they go straight to work repairing your pelvic floor muscles. That's the group of muscles that hold up your bladder, support strong erections, and even help keep your spine steady when you stand or climb stairs. I had a guy named Pete come see me, 69 years old, who complained his mornings were all downhill. He'd wake up stiff, knees aching, groin almost numb. Worst of all, he felt embarrassed to even try being intimate with his wife. We made one tiny adjustment. I asked him to eat 2 eggs within an hour of waking, boiled, scrambled, however he liked, as long as he kept the yolks. 3 weeks later, Pete was practically glowing. He told me, "Dr. James, I'm not pushing off the mattress with my hand anymore. I just stand up." That might sound small, but to him, it was everything. His wife even told me she hadn't seen him this light on his feet in years. The reason's pretty straightforward. Those nutrients in eggs help rebuild nerve coatings and muscle fibers. They boost testosterone naturally, without fancy supplements, and keep the little blood vessels in your groin wide open so they can actually respond when you need them to. So tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for plain toast or nothing at all, crack a couple of eggs. Eat them slowly, with intention. You're not just feeding your stomach, you're fueling the very foundation that holds you steady, gives you control, and keeps intimacy alive. Next, I'll show you another simple breakfast tweak that scrubs your arteries clean and sets up even better circulation for the rest of the day. Stick with me. Once you've started building those deep muscle foundations, the next step is making sure your blood can actually get where it needs to go. That's where oats with chia seeds come in. This simple combo doesn't just fill you up, it helps clear out the very highways that carry oxygen and nutrients to your legs, lower back, and all the way down to those more private places. Oats are loaded with something called beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that acts like a gentle scrub brush inside your arteries. It grabs onto cholesterol and plaque, helping flush it out before it can slow down circulation. That means more rich, oxygenated blood can travel to the muscles that control your balance, your bladder, and your intimacy. Chia seeds take it even further. They're tiny powerhouses full of magnesium, potassium, and omega-3s, minerals and healthy fats that relax blood vessels and cut down inflammation. When your arteries relax, more blood flows through with less resistance. That's good news for your heart, your legs, and yes, for better sensation and function where it matters most. One of my patients, Sam, 72, used to complain that his hands and feet were always cold. He'd also quietly admit that he'd basically given up on intimacy. We switched his sugary cereal for a warm bowl of oats topped with chia seeds, a little cinnamon, and some frozen blueberries. In 2 weeks, his hands felt warmer. By 4 weeks, he told me with a grin, "Doc, mornings are looking a whole lot better at my house." That's the beauty of this simple breakfast. It's easy to digest, especially for older digestion. It doesn't spike your blood sugar like pastries or donuts, so your energy stays steady. And most importantly, it keeps those arteries clean and flexible, so blood can reach every corner that needs it. Tomorrow, if eggs don't appeal to you, try oats with chia instead. Your arteries, and everything they feed, will thank you. And coming up, I've got a surprising fruit that works almost like a gentle little blue pill, without the side effects. You're going to want to hear this. Now, if you're looking for something that works almost like nature's own gentle version of those little blue pills, without the side effects or awkward doctor visits, watermelon is it. This juicy fruit isn't just a sweet summertime treat. It's loaded with a compound called L-citrulline, which your body turns into L-arginine, and that ramps up nitric oxide. That's the same molecule those famous pills target to open up blood vessels. When nitric oxide levels rise, your arteries expand, blood flow improves, and tiny capillaries in places you might have started losing hope about get a fresh supply. And it happens faster than most people think. I've had men tell me that within a few days of adding watermelon, they woke up with a bit more morning life than they've felt in years. Take Bill, for example. He was 66, and he came to me half joking, half embarrassed, saying, "Doc, I think my equipment's retired for good." I got him eating a bowl of watermelon most mornings, rind included, because that's where the L-citrulline is most concentrated. Within a week, he laughed and said, "Something's definitely stirring again." My wife noticed before I did. The best part? It's fruit. No prescription. No synthetic chemicals. Just natural nitric oxide support that helps those delicate vessels open up and function the way they're supposed to. For even more benefit, eat watermelon on an empty stomach or right before your regular breakfast. That way, it gets absorbed quickly, and the circulation boost starts working right out of the gate. So tomorrow, if eggs or oats don't excite you, slice up some watermelon. Don't throw away the white rind, cut it up, toss it in a smoothie, or just chew it. It might feel a little odd at first, but your circulation will thank you. Next, I've got something warm and grounding that's perfect if you struggle with balance, leg heaviness, or morning groin tightness. This simple root vegetable, paired with a sprinkle of the right kind of salt, might be the missing piece you've been looking for. Let me show you. If you've been dealing with that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs, or waking up with groin tightness that makes you shuffle to the bathroom, this next morning food might be exactly what you've been missing. Warm steamed sweet potato, paired with a pinch of Celtic sea salt, is one of the simplest ways to restore balance to your nerves and muscles from the ground up. Sweet potatoes are rich in clean, complex carbs that provide your muscles with steady glycogen, fuel they can actually use without spiking your blood sugar and setting you up for a crash. That means more reliable energy to stand, walk, and climb stairs without feeling like your legs are made of lead. But here's the trick that most guys overlook, the pinch of Celtic salt. Not table salt, Celtic sea salt. It's full of over 80 trace minerals that your blood vessels and nerve fibers desperately need to fire properly. Those minerals help maintain electrolyte balance, which is critical for nerve signals traveling smoothly from your spine all the way to your feet and yes, down to your most private muscles too. I think of Thomas, 71, who told me every morning he had to brace himself on the nightstand just to stand up straight. Nothing seemed to loosen that deep groin pull. We tried half a steamed sweet potato with warm water and a light sprinkle of Celtic salt before his regular breakfast. 3 days later, he called me sounding almost shocked. "Dr. James, I got up today and didn't even reach for the table. I stood straight up. That's what happens when you give your body the minerals and slow-burning carbs it craves. Your nerves fire better, your circulation stabilizes, and your muscles stop clenching out of sheer survival. So tomorrow, if you're feeling brave, steam up a sweet potato, mash it lightly, sprinkle on that mineral-rich salt, and eat it warm. It's like telling your nervous system, hey, it's safe to work properly again. Coming up next, I'll show you how to tie all of these simple foods into one realistic plan you can actually stick with, no guesswork, no stress. Let's build this together. Now that you've seen how each of these simple foods can restore circulation, nerve function, and muscle stability, let's pull it all together into a plan that actually fits your life. No strict diets, no complicated charts, just a clear, realistic blueprint for your first week. Start by picking just one of these foods tomorrow morning. That's it. Maybe you steam half a sweet potato tonight so it's ready when you wake up. Or maybe you set out 2 eggs so you remember to boil them. Keep it easy. You're not trying to overhaul your whole life overnight. You're simply giving your body what it's been quietly begging for. The next day, try a different one. Maybe oats with chia seeds sprinkled on top and a little cinnamon. Or if it's warm outside, slice up some watermelon and eat it slowly, rind and all. Rotate through them over the first few days so you see what feels best. Your body will tell you. You might notice your legs feel lighter after oats, or that watermelon gives you a surprising spark. Trust that feedback. Most importantly, eat it within an hour of waking. That's when your system is most receptive, like dry soil ready to soak up water. Feed it the right fuel early, and you'll notice your energy doesn't crash by mid-morning. Your steps feel more stable. Maybe you even stand a bit taller. By the end of the week, you'll have found 2 or 3 favorites. From there, just keep rotating them in. If you're up for it, sprinkle a pinch of Celtic salt on your eggs or oats for an extra boost of minerals. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for perfect motivation. Just begin. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s turn things around with these tiny daily choices. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be consistent. Next, I want to talk about something that matters even more than food, your belief that change is still possible. Because after decades of helping men your age, I've learned the real secret isn't always in the kitchen. It's up here. Let's dig into that together. I've found over the years that it's not low testosterone that knocks most men down. It's low hope. I've watched plenty of guys with so hormone levels still live full, vibrant lives, because they believed they could. Meanwhile, I've seen others with decent labs give up entirely, convinced it was all downhill. That belief, or lack of it, shapes everything. Your body listens closely to your mind. When you tell yourself, I'm too old, too far gone, too broken, your system reacts by dialing things back. Circulation slows, muscles tighten, nerves don't bother firing with as much force. It's a quiet shutting down. But when you decide to show up for yourself, even in small ways, like eating that bowl of oats or taking a short walk, your body responds. It's almost like it says, alright, he's still in the game. Let's keep fighting. I remember a man named Albert, 75, who sat across from me with tears in his eyes. He'd spent years trying different pills and diets, each time getting let down. By the time he landed in my office, he was ready to quit. But we started small. Just eggs and watermelon each morning. The first week, nothing dramatic. Then one morning he called me, almost giddy. "Doc, my legs felt light when I got out of bed. I actually looked forward to moving around." That tiny shift changed everything. He started walking more, sleeping better, reconnecting with his wife in ways he thought were lost forever. It wasn't just the food, it was the hope. The belief that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't done yet. So if you're sitting there thinking, what's the point? I've tried so much already, I want you to hear me clearly. You're still here. Your heart's still beating, your blood's still moving, your nerves are still waiting to fire. The biggest obstacle isn't your age or your testosterone. It's whether you still believe there's something worth rebuilding. Coming up, I want to wrap all of this together with one final message, something you can carry into tomorrow morning and the many mornings after that. Stay with me. The truth is, most of what steals a man's quality of life after 60 doesn't happen overnight. It's the little things that stack up: skipping breakfast, tightening blood vessels, starving nerves of nutrients, until one day you realize your legs feel unsteady, your mornings lack spark, and you've quietly stopped reaching for your partner in bed. But here's the incredible part, that means small things can rebuild you, too. Tomorrow morning isn't just another morning. It's a chance to lay the first brick of a brand new decade. Maybe you boil 2 eggs tonight so they're ready. Maybe you stir oats with chia and cinnamon before bed so you have 0 excuses. Or you keep sliced watermelon in the fridge, rind and all, waiting to flood your bloodstream with nitric oxide the moment you wake. When you do that, when you feed your body like it still matters, you're telling every cell, every nerve, every tiny artery, we're not done here. Over days and weeks, those cells respond. Circulation improves, balance steadies, energy lasts longer into the afternoon, and you start standing taller, walking easier, feeling more yourself again. And yes, even your private moments become something to smile about instead of shy away from. I've seen it too many times to count. Men who thought they were too old, too far gone, suddenly laughing with their wives again, booking fishing trips, or simply enjoying mornings without dread. Not because of some miracle cure, but because they chose to show up for themselves in the smallest, most consistent way. So if you found value here today, if any part of this spoke to that quiet part of you that still wants more life, stick around. Tap that subscribe button, share this with another man who needs to hear it, or if you'd like to support more of these videos reaching others, you'll find a simple way to contribute below. Most of all, promise me this: tomorrow morning, you'll feed your body like your next 10 years depend on it. Because in many ways, they do. This is Dr. James, reminding you, you're not too old, not too late, and certainly not alone. Stay strong, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.